Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is the horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so Pisces, tonight we have the World or Universe card. Okay, and let's go ahead and see what these tea leaves have to say. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to hit the like button or leave a comment, I would not be mad at you. Also, if you're new, if you have never seen a reading before, or maybe you've seen a couple, shout it out in the comments. Let me know. I always love hearing from people who have decided to check out the readings for the first time. Okay. So, where should we start here? So immediately I'm getting this energy of, we have a person standing here. You can see the head, you can kind of see the body, maybe a skirt, maybe like a large robe. We have a little rooster. They are holding, it looks like, there's a bird right here, okay? And then this hand over here, it almost looks like a doll or a small person. And we have a fish. Okay, so I feel like this really is a time, right? We have the rooster. So alarms going off, right? This is like a wake-up call. All of a sudden you're in your life and there's this real distinct kind of just clarity that comes. Oh my gosh, right? Oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh my gosh, I need to do. Oh my gosh, did I do? This kind of feeling like, did I put the trash cans out? Did I lock the car? Where are my keys? Just this kind of urgent feeling. Well, I don't think it's about the trash. And I don't think it's about the car being locked or not locked. But I do feel like there's this sudden urgency to it's around money. Okay, we have the fish up here. But it is an urgency to really be getting life back together. Now we have that World Universe card. So this tells me that there's really this desire to get everything in its place, okay? I think that so often we strive, right? We strive for a life that is balanced, a life that, we can create enough resources so that we can take care of ourselves and our families, to be able to do some things that we like to do, to at least be in a sense of ease once in a while, right? And so we do all the things that it takes for that to happen. Well, like any being, we can get distracted or we can kind of lose our steam. We just start going through the motions. We start slacking off a little bit, right? Not getting things done, putting them off. And then, you kind of have this moment where you wake up in your own life, right? And we have an eye right here. You can see the eye. And it's like that part of yourself is like, whoa, it's jolted awake. What is going on here? What have I been doing? How did the house get this way? You know, how is it so messy? Well, I haven't done any chores in the last week or two, right? And it's that wake up call. It's that little rooster going off saying, okay, let's get it together. Come on, Pisces, we can do this. So, you know, I think the universe is kind of sending you a message. Like, yeah, things maybe need to start coming back together. Maybe there needs to be kind of the spirit of maybe being a little more proactive, you know, re-accessing some of those dreams, those hopes, those you know, things that you dare wish for, strive for. And I feel that this is really kind of a renewal of energy coming in, okay? And, you know, I know it's hard. It's hard to get the wheels turning, right? To gain some traction. But I feel like you are so good at whatever it is you do, especially your work. It's just a matter of getting yourself back into the place where you're wanting to do that work, that you are showing up in complete for yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be like on fire every day, going to your, you know, day job and pumping out them numbers or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is, right? Would that be amazing and ideal if we could do that every single day of our life? Of course. But I think that, you know, ultimately for you right now, Pisces, this is about kind of allowing yourself to take those baby steps towards beginning again, so that this can become a shift in the way that you're living, as opposed to kind of just sprinting towards the thing and, you know, losing your steam once again. So here we really have this energy of spreading your energies, your vital energies out into the different sectors of your life. And that is, you know, at the very core of it, taking care of self, right? Your routines, your self-care. A big one, you know, I'm always going to mention it, getting enough sleep, right? Restorative sleep. And making sure that you are doing some intentional movement, that you are eating well, whatever that looks like for you, right? I'm not going to say there's any perfect way for that, but it's whatever makes sense for you, whatever looks good for you. And getting out into the fresh air. I know, I'm that lady. Get some fresh air. No, it's not going to fix everything. It might not really feel like it fixes anything. But spending some time out of doors, maybe getting a little sun on you, not too much, wear your sunscreen, or whatever you use, shade yourself. But getting out there, you know, in the ambient light, getting some fresh air. All of these things important at the very core. Now, in the other sectors we have, right, our domestic life, our home, we have our work, we have our spiritual sectors, our relationships with family and friends and acquaintances, neighbors, community, you know, and doing things that feed our soul, our hobbies, our passions, our desires. Okay. And, one that I kind of overlook, but is really often so important, is having a kind of a sphere in there of leisure and just frivolous things. We need that balance. We need to be able to let go a little bit, do some things that we enjoy doing. And now I feel like, and I'm looking here, it looks like a key lock to me, or a lock, right? A keyhole. Yeah, and so I feel like there's a sense of unlocking your potential through this kind of, instead of dwelling in one place in your life, right? Which I feel like, recently maybe it has been that you have been kind of isolating or, just like I said, putting things off is the big thing. And, I don't think that Pisces people are, necessarily the type that are good at getting, no, you're good at getting, what should I say here? Being handed, if you could imagine a stack of like papers, right? You're at work, there's a stack of papers that get set down on your desk. All of it's an emergency. That's not that's not the great motivator for you, right? Putting all of your stuff off, or some of it anyways, letting it build up, the anxiety is building up. The urgency to get it done, to get those bills paid, to get the dishes done, to get the kids to school, and work is calling, they need you to come in early, all of this. Now for some signs, like a Leo maybe, they might really thrive in chaos, in this just the buzz of energy that is flowing through life. Pisces is not that sign, right? You like things to run smoothly. So when you start to get behind and then you're getting more behind, it's kind of like this freeze and hide impulse that comes up. It's not necessarily like, all right, let's get this done, right? So I feel like as you are kind of lifting yourself out of this period of time where it feels like it's really accumulating. It's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. Doing what you can, right? Making a list. Having an idea of how are you going to approach all of these things. Not just kind of freestyling it. That's not going to work here. That's just you going around in circles getting half things done. And then it's just more of piling up, but things are partially finished. And that, for some reason, feels even worse. You have half-done projects everywhere. So I think this is the key for you, is listening to that universe telling you, all right, here's the alarm. Let's get up. Let's get moving. I know you're tired. I know your feet hurt. I know you don't want to be here. But guess what? we gotta get moving, Pisces. We gotta get moving. Okay, so I want to keep turning this. And we have this face right here. You can see the eye, the nose, the mouth. We also have, it looks like kind of this... like mammaries, right? So we have the, and I'm laughing. I know, I'm just laughing because of what I have to limit myself to calling things on this internet here. So we do have that goddess energy, nurturing, healing, being held, being loved, being cared for, being listened to, being remembered. All of these feelings coming up, right? Kind of the feelings that ideally a mother would give. And so I'm looking at this and I feel like there really is this sense of being the one that has to take care of those needs for yourself. I don't know if it's that your mother is maybe emotionally unavailable, maybe you are estranged, or maybe she has transitioned already. But I feel like this is a thing where you have to kind of be that person for yourself. And I feel like it really can be difficult to get back into that mode, especially when you've just been in this place of, kind of, like I said, going through the motions, right? You're just not connecting with anything that deeply, it feels like. And there's a desire to do so, of course. And so here we're at a turning point where it's very apparent that, like, okay, now it's time to kind of shift. I want to go this other direction. But part of that is kind of, positive self-talk, affirmations, gassing yourself up a little bit, right? So, I know I talk about this fairly often in my readings, but I do feel like, and it feels like a put on. I will just say that. For me, it's difficult as well when I get out of the practice and then I got to get back into it. This mode of like really talking yourself up, even if you have to do that old kind of cliche thing of standing in the mirror, talking to yourself, telling yourself, I'm smart, I'm capable, I can do this thing, I got this, right? I've done it before. Maybe I haven't, but I know I can, right? You have all the skills and tools and ability. You are not, you're not incapable. And so I feel like, really telling ourselves these things and doing it out loud, not just thinking it, right? Saying it out loud to ourselves. This is really important. It may seem like, okay, this is kind of silly. I don't know. I'm talking to myself in the mirror. If you can begin to change the way that you talk to yourself, your interior dialogue, internal dialogue, if you can start to change your perception of self, be more kind, compassionate, empathetic, encouraging, right? Treating yourself like you would treat your child. A 5-year-old child, they stand there, they look up at us, they want encouragement. They want you to support them. They want you to go through the process of figuring things out with them. And that's our job as, members of a family, a community, right? And we wouldn't tell somebody you're not good enough. You can't do this. You don't have the ability to do this. You're 5 years old. We wouldn't do that because we want our children to learn. So why would we talk to ourselves like that? That's the thing. Why? Why do we do that? Why do we get into these places where we're just so negative about, what we're doing, our perceived failings, where we lack. So I feel like all of this really, it comes together, it ties together, and ultimately feels like a time where, you're focused on really getting yourself going once again, And I know that doesn't feel super profound, but it really is. It's one of the most profound things that happens in our life. And does it happen often? Yeah, probably, right? This isn't just like a one-time in a life occurrence. This is something that, we're going to continually have to keep doing for ourselves. That is just kind of the ebb and flow of things. but to be mindful, to be proactive, to be caring enough to take the time for ourselves to, really kind of lift ourselves up out of that place. That is profound. Okay? Now, I want to look at this. We have it, to me, it seems like we have maybe a Taurus person somewhere in the mix here. We also have, it looks like we have a Z, okay, but we also have an E here, an E and a Z. Maybe this is easy E. We have the person with the face. We also have the chicken now. It's not the rooster, it's the chicken. But it also, when I was looking at, now it looks like a chicken, but when I was looking at it, it reminds me very much of a Taurus. Okay, so I wonder if your mother is, or maybe it's like a mother figure, maybe an older sister or something. It may be a Taurus person or with a prominent Taurus placement. Okay, and I just feel this kind of building upon the energies that you need by kind of tapping into that fiery source, right? If you can think of your Taurus people in your life, they have just like that fire, absolutely channeled right through them. It's activated. This is why they're so creative, right? And oftentimes I would say Taurus people are really good at producing a lot. So, and I mean like art, work, whatever they're making or whatever they do. They're really good at consistently creating. So I do feel like this is kind of an energy of maybe even, talking to mom, talking to sister or auntie or grandma or whoever, and just really asking them, like heart to heart, don't text them, call them if you are not close, but even better, go and see them, sit with them, talk to them, ask them, how do you get through these lulls? What do you do when you're feeling unmotivated? And maybe it seems silly, you know them your whole life, and it's like, yeah, obviously I know how they operate, but sometimes it is worth just having the conversation, right? And it lends you energy, it lends you power. So I think that it's an important time for you to be kind of deriving these energies from wherever you can. And so I think that communing with somebody who, I feel like they're a Taurus, but I also feel like there's somebody who you admire, somebody who has the ability to like really just stay in the flow of things. And I think that's something that you yourself kind of strive for, okay? And so we also, that person, and it looks like they're holding an apple, okay? So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, maybe there is a need for maybe going for a checkup, maybe going to the doctor, okay? When we see the apple, it's always related to health for me. I don't think anything's going on. It looks like a nice apple. But I do think that, if you've had something where it's like, oh, this thing is, I don't know, all of a sudden I'm getting headaches or I don't know. I don't want to get too deeply into that, but I think it's just kind of, we see the symbol and it says, okay, time to go, just kind of check yourself out, check in with yourself. It could even be something like doing a body scan, which is kind of what is it called? Maybe it's stimming or self-soothing. I forget exactly which one it is, but it's something that you kind of learn in like DBT, which is dialectical behavioral therapy, even in CBT or anything where you're dealing with like anxieties or dissociation or anything like that. And basically what it is you sit quietly, you think from the top of your head, you think, how do I feel up there at the top of my head? And I'm going to go down a little bit. And okay, I'm hitting my eyebrow line. How do I feel there? Do I have a headache? Does it hurt? Now I'm going to go down into my eyes. How do my eyes feel? How does my body feel with my eyes? Are my eyes strained? Are they restful? Am I keeping them open or closed? And then we're down to our ears. And you get the point, right? We go all the way down to our toes. And we just kind of consider how we feel in all places of our body. And this process will kind of bring you into a place of being centered, being in your body, being focused on the present, the now. And it helps alleviate some of those shifty feelings. Okay. Now, so we have a fish right here. Okay. We also have a fish right here. So to me, ultimately, this whole underlying feeling here is about money. It's about making resources. Maybe this is a time where things are a little tight. Maybe this is a time you're in between jobs and you're thinking about like, what am I going to do? I'm applying for all these jobs. Maybe this is a time where, you're doing fine. You just want to do more. You want to do better. You want to, create more resources for yourself, build upon that. But it is at a central focus. Okay. So, I don't think that the anxiety of it all is very helpful for Pisces, right? But I think if it's just enough for you to, kind of be like, all right, well, what am I going to do here? We're going to figure this out, okay? I just, sometimes it is those core things to our life. And unfortunately, making resources, it's a core thing, we will figure it out because we have to. And I really feel like that's the energy here, is that you are going into this period of time, and it is the world or universe card, this time where you're seeing things from a wide perspective. You're able to make moves that will affect your ultimate goal, like 50 moves out, right? You're seeing the whole thing for what it is. And so allow yourself to really trust in what you're going to be doing, right? Stop second guessing yourself. Follow your intuitions here, okay? But also allow yourself to apply the logic that I know that you have. Because ultimately it is all going to work out for you. It absolutely will. And I do with those fish. I know it's not just that you're worried about it. It feels like you are headed towards kind of being in the place that you want to be in. Okay. And this will happen. You will manifest this. It's not going to come out of nowhere though. You have to put in the work, right? So here are the divine doors, and we're just going to flip through and stop where it feels right. Yes, we got that blue door. I love the blue doors. There's a couple of them in the set here. It says, secret sketches, wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories in sketches for others to find. I like this one. Just like going around and putting sketches out for people. I love it. I love it. Okay. So Pisces, I want to tell you I love you because I do. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And I'm sorry, my nose is a little itchy. I was outside earlier and got bit up by so many mosquitoes. It's just mosquito year. Up here in the northern Midwest, there's tons of mosquitoes anyways, but my goodness, it's been so wet this year. Just intense. I mean, I think I got bit maybe like 30 times, and I was only outside for maybe like 25 minutes. I've been trying all this stuff. I don't know. So, I guess that's just, it's mosquito summer out here. But yeah, I'm a little bit itchy. So anyways, yes, thank you so much for letting me do these readings for you. I mean, really, it is such an honor. And so if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean the world to me. And especially if you are new to the channel, definitely shout it out in the comments. All right, Pisces, I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk in a few days. Good night, good night, good night.